Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the introduction part. We will clear some of the concept which is important to solve exercise 8.3. So let us start. The first thing we are going to learn today is terms related to buying or selling of an item. And the first term is cost price. Students, the definition of cost price is the price at which an article is purchased is called its cost price, and in short we write as CP. Suppose I am a dealer of car. I sell car. So if I have bought the car for 5 lakh rupees, that is my cost price. Understood? Then one important note is there. The overhead expenses like sales tax, labor charges, cartages, etc. are included in the cost price. For example, as I have told, I am the dealer of car. While purchasing car to resell the car, when I purchased it came from the manufacturing unit, the charges of the carriage, labor charges, all these charges were incurred. Let us imagine that somewhat 25,000 I have paid the other expenses, that is overhead expenses, that is also included in the cost price. Therefore, my new cost price will be 5 lakh of the car, and the 25,000 which I have given as an expenses, that will be 5 lakh 25,000. Hope you are understanding. In short, overhead expenses, whatever the overhead expenses, that will be calculated or included in the cost price. Coming to selling price, short form is SP. The price at which an article is sold is called its selling price. In short, we write as SP. The car which I am selling, if I am selling it in 7 lakh, right? So 7 lakh will be my SP. Now, profit or gain, another term, profit or gain. If selling price is greater than cost price, then we can say that there is a gain or a profit. Gain is always calculated on cost price. Now, what is profit and gain? I have told that I have sold the car in 7 lakhs and the cost price was 5 lakh 25,000. So definitely my profit will be 1 lakh 75,000. That is my profit. Now, gain percentage. The term gain percentage means what? Gain or profit on rupees 100 is called gain percentage. So the percentage on the calculation of the profit, what we got, we will term it as gain percentage. Now moving to loss. Now, if my selling price is less than the cost price, then there is a loss. And loss is always calculated on cost price. Let me take one example. The car which I am having 5 lakh 25,000. Cost price was 5 lakh 25,000. Suppose somehow, in some case, I had to sell it less than that price, that is 5 lakh something if I am selling it. So my selling price will be less than my cost price, so it will be loss. Loss percentage is same as the gain percentage. Whatever the loss we have, the percentage on it is called loss percentage. Another important note that we all know, if the selling price and the cost price, my selling price is equal to cost price then there is no gain or no loss. Now some formulae which you are supposed to remember, you are supposed to memorize it. The first one is, let me give you first the profit side and then the loss side. Now if they have given you selling price and cost price, you want to find out what is the profit. So what you will do? Selling price minus cost price will give you profit. Suppose you are having gain, that is profit number, profit amount they have given you, cost price you have, and you are supposed to find profit percentage or gain percentage. So this formula will be applied, that is gain upon cost price into 100 and the percentage sign. Suppose they have given you cost price, they have given you gain percentage, and they told you to find selling price, then you will use this formula. The opposite of this, if they have given you cost price, selling price, sorry, they have not given you cost price, they have given you selling price, they have given you gain percentage, then what? Then keep cost price as it is, multiply 100 to selling price, and 100 minus gain percentage will come down. This is our formula for cost price. Same way for the loss. If it is loss, then definitely cost price will be greater than selling price. So your formula will be CP minus SP, that is cost price minus selling price. Same way as of gain percentage, loss percentage also, when you are supposed to find out, you must be knowing loss, how much the loss is, how much the cost price is, and then multiply it by 100 and put the percentage sign, you will get the loss percentage. Suppose they have given you cost price and loss percentage, and yet they told you to find selling price, then you can put this formula and give the answer. You can see properly, because it was profit, I wrote 100 plus profit percentage. Because it was loss, so I have to subtract from the 100, so 100 minus loss percentage divided by 100. Same way, 8th number formula, if they have not given you cost price, they told you to find the cost price, and they have given you selling price and loss percentage, so the formula will be, you will multiply 100 to SP and then divide 100 minus loss percentage. Hope you have understood these formulas. Now moving to next portion, that is interest. Interest is also known as charge given on borrowed money. Let me first define it. Sometimes we need to borrow some amount of money from a bank or money lender for a specified period of time. At the end of this period, we have to pay back the money which we had borrowed plus some additional money for using the lender's money. For example, I want to build my home, right? And for that purpose, I have borrowed 10 lakh rupees from the bank. So, and for 5 years period time, I have taken from them. So at the end of the period, I have to pay back the money which I have taken from the bank, and also the additional money for which the bank have lended me the money. So that extra money is called interest, and the borrowed money, that is 10 lakhs which I have borrowed, is called principal. Let us look to some of the terms related to the interest or the borrowed money. The first term is principal. As I have told, I have borrowed some money from bank, that is 10 lakh rupees I have borrowed from the bank, so that will be my principal amount. Now interest, the additional money which I will pay back after 5 years. 10 lakh I will be paying for sure, but the above money, for example, let's say 2 lakhs more I am paying, so that 2 lakhs additional money paid by the borrower is called the interest. Now moving to next term, that is amount. The total money paid by the borrower to the lender is called the amount. For example, I have taken, as I have told, I have taken 10 lakhs from the bank, and after 5 years I am paying back them 2 lakhs more, that is 12 lakhs I am paying back. So amount will be the principal amount, that is 10 lakhs plus 2 lakhs which is the interest on that money. That is total money I will be paying is 12 lakh. So amount is equal to the principal amount which I have taken plus the interest on the borrowed money is called amount, right? Now rate. What is rate? Now bank is paying me 10 lakhs. Now we have discussed with the bank what amount of percentage they will take from me for this 5 years period. It is not like this that I have gone to the bank and they will pay me amount by looking at my face. We have to discuss about the rate at the percentage I am borrowing it, right? And that percentage, 10%, 5%, 6%, whatever the percentage I am taking, that is known as rate percentage. So the interest on 100 for 1 year, 100 for 1 year, I am taking 10 lakhs, so it will be calculated likewise, is known as rate percent per annum. Per annum means per year. Now coming to simple interest. This is the definition of simple interest. It is like if interest is calculated uniformly on the original principal throughout the loan period is called simple interest. Now what is simple interest? Let me explain you. The interest, suppose we have discussed with the bank that I will pay 5% per annum on 10 lakhs. So every year the interest will be calculated only on 10 lakhs. It is known as simple interest. There are some other interest also, compound interest, which we will discuss in your next class, that is 8th standard. Right now just concentrate on the simple interest. Now formula for calculating simple interest. Let the principal amount, the amount which I have taken 10 lakhs, I have taken just the example, let it be P. It may be some other amount, so let it be P, principal amount. Let the percentage on which I have taken, here I have taken for 5%, it may be 6%, it may be 2%. So R for the rate of percentage per annum and time period for that T. It may be 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, depending upon the situation. So for that it will be T. So simple interest can be calculated as simple interest is equal to principal into rate of interest into time, divide by 100. What is SI? SI is simple interest. So let me calculate the simple interest on principal for showing you the example. Principal is, let's suppose, 10 lakhs. Rate of interest is 5%, let us imagine, and time period is for 1 year. It may be 10 years also, but I am taking for 1 year, let us say. So my simple interest will be 10 lakhs into rate of interest is 5 into 1 divide by 100. 0, 2, 0, 2, 0 will cancel out. 5 1s are 5 and the remaining zeros 1, 2, 3, 4. So 50,000 will be my interest in 1 year. So I have to pay 10 lakh 50,000 if I am returning back the amount. Hope you have understood this. Please remember the formulas which I have discussed today. We will meet with new question in new lecture. Till then, take care of yourself. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.